feeling actually really good. One thing as you continue to play and you learn is that, last year I had a rough year, so I changed my training method. I don't go in the gym and I don't try to lift the whole gym. I go in the gym and I work on specific things that are going to help, strengthen me and get me through the season. So that's what I've learned, and it's worked out really well so far.
Josh, the thing is, when one thing happens injury-wise, sometimes it just feels like it's one of those years, so to speak, because I know last year dealt with a couple of different things. How tough was that for you, mentally and physically, that every time you seemed to get back on the horse, if it wasn't the strained rib cage, it was the torn abdominal, and then, of course, the pinched nerve as well?
Yeah, it's just, like you said, it's one of those years. It's all a chain, so if the stomach is weak and I have surgery on that, and Matt's got to pick up the front of the swinging and throwing, and then that, acts up. And so it's a chain reaction. But, like I said, it was a little frustrating because, I get back from the injury, and then, my swing wasn't there before I left. And then I try to be playing catch-up and kind of getting out my game a little bit by rushing and doing things like that. But that year's over with, and we still had a pretty successful year, and looking forward to this one.
Hey, news finally today. We hear about the Texas Rangers finally being sold, and Nolan Ryan at the top of that with Chuck Greenberg. And just from a player's standpoint, I got a chance to work with Nolan. I actually managed him his last year in the big leagues, Josh, so I know Nolan pretty well. But for you guys as an organization to have a guy like that be involved and be part owner and president of the club, just give us some thoughts on that.
Well, it speaks for itself. He came in, last year and, brought in Mike Maddox, and just, Nolan's presence alone around the clubhouse, you can tell he's a competitor and still is, even though he's not playing, but he loves the game, and, he wants to see other guys be successful in it. And, that's the air he gives off. And, he's just a down-to-earth guy, and I met, got a chance to meet Greenberg too, and he seemed the same way, and, it's all about, what we can do to help you guys win ball games, and that's kind of a breath of fresh air.
Josh, how much for you is it important, obviously, as you concentrate on your health and the performance of the team this season, which we'll get to long-term now that things are finalized with the team and the sale, which is certainly a big first step to find a way to lock things up so that you can make sure to be a part of long-term what the Rangers are doing here going into the future?
Well, I don't think about stuff like that. Me personally, I can't think about stuff like that because I kind of get a little overwhelmed if I do. You got my deal signed, arbitration, didn't have to go there, and that was good, get it out of the way so I can focus on spring training and moving in the right direction.